When Emily Carter first arrived at Hollow Creek Ranch, she believed it would be the loneliest mistake of her life. A last resort escape from a city that had taken everything from her, her job, her engagement, and her belief that love was anything more than a fragile promise waiting to break. And as the old bus disappeared down the dirt road, leaving her alone with a single suitcase and the sound of wind moving through endless fields, she felt small, uncertain, and painfully out of place. Yet standing on the porch of the ranch house was Jack Lawson, a quiet man with weathered hands, steady eyes, and a presence that felt like the land itself, unchanging, grounded and silently strong. Jack had inherited the ranch after losing his wife years ago and had closed his heart to anything beyond cattle, seasons, and survival, believing love was a chapter already written and finished. And when Emily introduced herself with a nervous smile, he nodded politely, never guessing that her arrival would stir emotions he had buried beneath years of solitude. Days passed slowly as Emily learned ranch life. Early mornings, cold air, honest labor, and though her hands blistered and her body ached, she found something unexpectedly healing in the rhythm of the work, especially when Jack wordlessly guided her, teaching her how to ride, how to mend fences, how to listen to the land. And though he spoke little, his actions were gentle, protective, and quietly caring. At night, Emily lay awake listening to coyotes howl and wondered why she felt safer here than she ever had in the city, while Jack watched her light through the window from afar, unsettled by how her laughter warmed the cold spaces inside him. Tension built slowly, glances lingering longer than necessary, silences charged with unspoken feelings, until one snowy evening when a sudden storm forced them to shelter together in the barn, snow falling heavily outside as lantern light flickered across their faces. And in that stillness, Emily confessed her fear of starting over, of trusting again, and Jack, voice rough with honesty, admitted he had stopped believing he deserved happiness after loss. Their words breaking walls neither realized were still standing, and when their foreheads touched for the first time, it wasn't passion that overwhelmed them, it was recognition, the quiet realization that something real was beginning, something neither could run from anymore. And as the storm raged outside, a different kind of warmth took hold, fragile but undeniable, changing both of their lives forever. And if this story is already touching your heart, don't forget to subscribe to the channel now, because the most powerful part of their journey is still to come. Love did not arrive easily for Emily and Jack. It arrived like the land itself, demanding patience, trust, and courage. And as weeks turned into months, their bond deepened through shared mornings, silent understanding, and moments of laughter that felt stolen from a life neither thought possible again. Yet just as Emily began to believe Hollow Creek Ranch could truly be her home, the past returned with force when her former fiancé appeared unexpectedly, offering her the city life she once dreamed of and reminding her of everything she had lost, stirring doubts that followed her into sleepless nights. Jack sensed the distance growing between them and, afraid of being abandoned again, pulled away rather than risk another heartbreak, believing Emily deserved more than a broken man tied to a struggling ranch. And the silence between them became heavier than any argument could have been. When a financial crisis threatened to force Jack to sell the ranch, Emily faced a choice that would define her future: return to the city and safety, or fight for a love that had quietly reshaped her soul. And in a moment of clarity, she realized the ranch hadn't saved her by hiding her from pain, but by teaching her strength, independence, and the meaning of partnership. She chose to stay, standing beside Jack when he needed her most, using her skills to help save the ranch, proving that love was not something that weakened you, but something that made you brave. And when Jack finally confessed that he loved her not despite his scars, but because of them, the walls between them fell completely. Their reunion was not dramatic, but deeply emotional, a simple embrace under an open sky, tears mixing with laughter, the understanding that real love was built, not found. And as seasons changed, Hollow Creek Ranch transformed from a place of survival into a home filled with warmth, hope, and second chances. Emily no longer feared the future, and Jack no longer faced it alone. Their love rooted as deeply as the land beneath their feet, proving that sometimes the life you never planned becomes the one that saves you. And if this story moved you, inspired you, or made you believe in love again, subscribe to the channel now for more powerful romantic movies like this. Your support helps these stories reach hearts around the world.